Hello, everybody. It's Bendominator, and welcome back to another episode of the Bendominator Podcast. Today, we are on episode 21 of the podcast, and I've changed up the look a little bit because we are entering October pretty soon here in about a week, and I wanted to kind of change a bunch of the stuff. I changed the channel banner, I changed this podcast screen, and I want to get around to changing the starting soon screen and stuff on my live streams. But yeah, I want to go all out for October this year. I'm going to be doing a bunch of really fun stuff for Halloween. So I'm starting that by just getting prepared a week in advance, getting everything ready, and just having like a few new images and stuff for the podcast and both for the other things as well. I also set it up because I'm going to be talking about a specific image today. And if you're watching the podcast, I know some people might be just listening to this. Even though it's only on YouTube, some people have like YouTube Premium and whatever, and they can just listen to it with their phone off and stuff. But if you're actually watching the live video of the podcast, I've set it up so I can put images on screen. I'm only going to be doing one today, which we're going to talk about very shortly. But that's going to help me in OBS and stuff, just help me add images without having to go and post and add all that stuff, so that you can kind of see what I'm talking about when I'm talking about more specific things that kind of are visually related, which I try not to do too much, but yeah. So I also really want to try getting this podcast on Spotify. I haven't really looked into too much of how you actually do that, but after I'm done recording this episode, I'm going to look into a bit more and see if we can get that happening pretty soon here, because I think that would be really awesome to have this podcast on Spotify so that you can listen to it audio only if you would like to, and just be able to go around and listen to it with like your phone off if you don't have YouTube Premium and stuff like that, which would be very helpful for some people, I'm sure. But yeah, and also it'll help us get out there a bit more. I mean, it's just another platform to be able to grow on and introduce people to the channel through. And if anybody's looking for Fortnite podcasts, I don't know how many of those are actually on Spotify, so we might be able to fill a market there as well. So I think that would be very exciting. I'm going to try and do that. I've looked into it a little bit, but I need to look into it more because it's been a while, and I didn't really look into it too much. I was just like somewhat interested, but now I really do want to do it just because I've really gotten into the podcast. Like, I've really kind of decided like this is something that I really want to do, and I want to make it bigger, and I want to upgrade it, and I want to continue working on it. And I think this episode's a step in the right direction. We got a new graphic, we got the ability to kind of post stuff on screen, and I'm gonna be experimenting with stuff even future on with more guest episodes and trying to get it on Spotify and all that kind of cool stuff. I want to make the podcast even better. I think this is a good time to start ramping it up here. So I hope you guys are excited for that. I hope you guys are ready for some really cool podcast episodes. But yeah, this is a pretty exciting episode. We got a lot to talk about here today, and it's another one of those episodes. I always love recording the episodes when it's right before a brand new update, because that's what's happening tomorrow. We are getting the 18.20 update, and I'm very excited for it, and I'm very nervous about it, and I feel like I'm a bit too excited than I should be. I feel like I might be a little disappointed by it, since my expectations are set pretty high for it. Because from like everything I've seen, this seems like it's going to be a really cool update, but of course, we don't know that yet, so we have to wait and see. But I have really high hopes for it, and I'll let you guys know why over the course of this podcast. We're just going to be talking about the update, everything that's could be happening in the update, and the first major thing about it is that we got this image right here from Fortnite Competitive. So this is the image I was talking about that I was putting on screen. And yeah, new Renegade Raider style, which looks awesome. It's probably not going to be a style, it'll probably be a new skin, which makes sense because we got one for Christmas and now we're going to get one for Halloween. And I think it looks really, really cool. I can't wait to see it in game. We don't have the best view of it, but it looks really awesome. And it might be one I pick up, but I'm not sure because I like the Blaze skin. I have the Blaze skin, and then I bought the Gingerbread Raider. I don't know if I really want another Renegade Raider skin in my locker, but I'll just wait and see how it looks in game first to decide that for myself. But yeah, I think we're going to get that leak tomorrow, which brings up the question, are we going to get a bunch of Halloween skins tomorrow? I really do hope so. That might wait till the Fortnite update though, but we'll talk about that a bit more later in this podcast episode. We started and I've already made like 50 different word mistakes. That's how it be. I always mess up my words on these podcasts, but with this you can't go back. It's a one and done type thing. Sometimes there's some outtakes and stuff, but for the most part, it's a one and done like thing. I can't do like 20 takes like I do for my commentary videos. But anyway, back on track. This image also shows a city POI, and I think if you've been listening to the podcast, you probably already know how I feel about that and how I really, 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 really want one. Um, I'm calling it right now. This does not mean anything. I really want to hope that this is actually something that's gonna happen. But yeah, no, they've done this too much. There's like 4 different loading screens that have a city POI on them that we've got like the past 3 seasons, and yeah, we're not getting one. There's no way. I really want to hope so. And a lot of people are saying it's tilted. It kind of looks like tilted. It kind of looks like something unique as well, though. But I don't know. I don't want to spend too much dissecting it, like or too much time dissecting it, because I feel like so many of these podcast episodes, including last week's, have just been like complaining about the map and really just wanting a new POI, and especially a city POI because Salty Towers was something I really enjoyed, and it's been something that they keep hinting at in loading screens, and I've lost all hope for it. And yeah, I don't think it's gonna happen. And I wish they would just stop including them in renders. I don't know what their obsession is with including POIs that don't exist in renders. It makes no sense to me. I don't understand why they're so obsessed with the idea of putting the city in trailers and in renders. In the Cars trailer, you got the giant city, and the loading screen for last season, you had the city, and this you have the city. There was like loading screens, like artwork in season 6 with like a city near the spire. It's like, are they gonna give us the city, or are they just gonna keep like putting it in promotional art? Is there just somebody who makes like the renders for trailers and like the sets for trailers and the renders and stuff that's just really obsessed with cities and just wants it in the game, but Epic just won't add it? I don't get it. I don't understand. And if this if there's no city POI tomorrow in the update, I mean, if there's no map changes at all, that's gonna be pretty disappointing. Um, but if there's like no city POI, especially after seeing this and everything else, like I'm not expecting it, but like I'm expecting it to not happen actually. But like I'm still gonna make it. I'm gonna make a video on it because it's gotten to the point where it's like, come on, dude, you can't you can't just keep baiting us like this. It's not fair, bro. So I'm gonna make a video on it if it doesn't end up happening. Like if we don't get the city POI, I'm gonna make a video about it. I don't know if it'll be out tomorrow because I'm gonna do the unreleased skins video, but it'll come out eventually because I really want to talk about that because it's something. It makes me so angry, dude. It frustrates me so much. It's just something I don't understand. And but yeah, we'll just have to wait and see. Of course, I mean we haven't seen the update yet, so we don't know. Maybe they do actually add the city POI. Maybe it is tilted. I hope it's not tilted though. I hope it's something unique. But you know, at this point, I'll take tilted. I'll take it. You know, I'll take it. Especially because like people to actually land there. Because right now on the map, like nobody lands anywhere. Like people land places, but there's no like hot spot on the map right now. So if you want to get like a high kill game, or you want to get like a bunch of action at the start of a round, you can't really do that anymore because there's nowhere to land where you can get that experience. So at the very least, Tilted would provide that, and would provide it for a very long time. But there's a reason they removed Tilted, and that was because too many people landed there, and it ruined mid game. But mid game's already kind of boring anyway. I don't think they're gonna really fix it. Tilted might mess it up though. So that's part of the reason. I do hope it's a unique city, and also just because originality. I want a new POI to explore. I really miss the feeling of having a brand new POI to just explore and have fun with, and bringing a city would be the perfect opportunity. And if it's tilted, then you kind of get like, at least for me, you lose some of that like exploration factor, even if it would be really fun. But I know there's a lot of people who didn't get to experience tilted, which is kind of it's crazy to think about for me, but it is the case. Like a lot of people didn't get to experience it. So it would be good for those people, of course. But anyway, I'm gonna stop talking about the image. I talk about this every week, so we'll move on from that. But please, Fortnite, do it this time. I know you won't, but it would be really awesome if you did. I would very much enjoy that. But they're not going to. They're not going to. Um, Back to what I was saying earlier, when I was talking about the Renegade Raider reskin. I really hope we get a bunch of really cool Halloween skins in the next update, or at least fall skins, because I really like Halloween skins. Halloween is like my favorite time for Fortnite cosmetics. I think it's like when like they release some of their best stuff. Like Christmas is really good as well, but Halloween is by far like Fortnite's strongest suit when it comes to cosmetics, I think. That and summer, but summer was kind of weird this year because there was a lot of reskins, but they were still really good. So, yeah, I really like holiday like event skins, like seasonal skins, I guess is the best way to put it. And like fall is my best, like my favorite time for them. So, I'm very, very excited to see what we get in the next update. Hopefully we get some Halloween skins. But I'm expecting some really cool stuff. And yeah, I'm very excited. We'll probably not get Halloween skins until like 18.30 or whenever Fortnite's update is, which will probably be 18.30 if I had to guess. But I think there's still hope. I think we could see some, and I think that Renegade Raider will be one of them at least. Or maybe that won't come out until an update after. We'll just have to wait and see. But yeah, I'm excited for the cosmetics. Of course, like always, I will be making a unreleased skins video as long as there's like enough of them that I'm interested in, which there usually is. And if not, then I guess I'll just make a video on creative or whatever else gets added. Because I'm not really sure. I guess we'll be talking about that. When it comes to creative, I actually like have no idea what they're gonna add, other than like the sword and maybe the action figure. Because like the sword's been leaked for a while now, and it seems that like next update would be a good time to release it. I thought last update would be, but I guess it made sense because it was a season launch. They don't really add stuff on a season launch. So I think swords are definitely coming. And then the action figure, I think we're going to have to wait another update for that. But I could see it coming out as well. Because it seemed pretty close to being done as well when it got like leaked. Like people got it for a limited amount of time. Like they accidentally released it. And if you don't know what it is, like the action figure device is pretty much like the mannequin. It's like an NPC, but it works differently. At least a bit differently, because the mannequin was for the shop. It was like a dev only thing. It was really just there for item shop, like promotion for like maps, like the NFL map, or not the NFL map, sorry, the NBA map. But they saw that, I guess they saw that people really wanted that device, or they were planning it beforehand. Who knows? And now they're doing the action figure, which is that, but I don't think you're gonna be able to access the shop, like the item shop through it. And it's going to have a lot more options for like NPCs and interaction and different poses that you can switch between. It's going to be really interesting. So I'm very excited for that, and I feel like it's like a 50-50 chance that it might come out in tomorrow's update. I'm not going to hold out hope for it though, because it seems like a pretty complicated device, and the fact that we just heard about it last week or like 2 weeks ago is making me think that maybe not. But at the same time, it did seem like pretty like almost finished and like when we saw it, so we'll just have to wait and see. We'll have to wait and see a little bit. Sorry, I was just taking a sip of water there. Gotta stay hydrated during these podcasts so I don't lose my voice. But yeah, I'm interested for creative. I think that's like the only two things I can think of. There's always like some devices or like items that they add that are random. Maybe they'll add some of the weapons from the season, like the some of the sideways stuff. That would be interesting. But who knows? I think it'll mainly just be like the sword. I think the sword will be the big thing for tomorrow. And if it's not the sword, it'll be some random device that we've never heard of, which would be really, really weird, but it'd be interesting. But either way, I'm excited to see what we get in creative because it's been a while. It's been a few weeks since we've gotten something interesting. I mean, honestly, the season launch for creative wasn't terrible. Like we got like a lot of cool options. We got the ability to do infinite ammo and resources were separated, which is very nice. Just cool stuff all around for that. It wasn't terrible. We just didn't get like anything too interesting, which is why I'm kind of holding out hope for this next update here for creative. I don't think it's going to be like insane. I think swords are going to be cool. and I think they're definitely coming. But again, we don't know. Those could be delayed. Well, not delayed, but just continuing to be worked on because they do seem like a pretty complicated thing. But like another thing that makes me think of that is that the sword manager was also updated and like added to the files in the last update as well. So yeah, we'll see what happens. We'll just have to wait and see what happens. But overall, sword, I think it's coming. Mannequin, maybe 50-50. We'll see. You can flip a coin on it. So also in the tweet that they sent out for the update, Fortnite said bring the heat, which is interesting because people have been speculating that there's going to be a new item coming to the game that is a chug splash type item, but it's like a chili pepper chug splash, which is really cool, and it'll heal shield and it'll heal health, not shield, and it'll multiply your speed by 1.4 for 1 minute, which is cool, kind of. Like, we kind of already have chili peppers in the game, but I guess this will just be in the loot pool. You won't have to get it from, like, forged items. So I'm down for it. I don't think it's going to be, like, the most interesting item ever, but it'd be cool to come to creative, for sure. I think it'll be fun, though. I think it'll be a fun small item that they introduce, but I hope they do more than that. I hope they do more than that in this update, because apparently this update has had like over 1,000 builds, which, I mean, it could mean nothing, but I don't know. It could mean that they're just like fixing all the bugs, which would be nice actually. Because I'm not talking about that too much off live streams, because in live streams I definitely talk about it. But this season is so buggy, dude. Like BR's pretty buggy. There's some like visual bugs that I've noticed. Frame rates just are lower. It's just there's just these random glitches. But creative, dude. Every single day I play creative. Every single time I stream it, I find a new bug. It's even got to the point where outside of me streaming, I'll literally be watching somebody else's creative video or stream, and I see a bug that I never knew before. Like, it's crazy. And the problem is that creative can't update like on its own. Like, they can release a patch for BR if they need to fix like a game-breaking bug. For creative, they can't really do that. You know, they're kind of restricted to the update schedule that BR has. So we always have to wait for major updates for them to fix bugs. And it's been multiple major updates, and you still end up matchmaking into Team Rumble most of the time when you try to matchmake into a creative game, which is super frustrating. Not only that, sometimes you'll even get an error message saying that, oh, you couldn't matchmake in. I've even seen people matchmake into the hub instead of the map that they selected to matchmake, which is just crazy. On top of that, like, Discovery still has bugs where if you're on a console, like, you still, your scroll gets reset. And there's a bunch of problems with the whole Discovery system and the new featuring that I want to talk about in a video. I'm not going to get into it here though, because it's a mess. It's a big mess. I've been talking to people in featured chat a bunch on the Creative Discord server. I've been looking at a lot of the stuff that people have had to say, and yeah, it's kind of a mess right now. But I have hope that it'll get better. It's a new system, so they're working on it. They're gonna make tweaks. But communication in general has been really off lately, and that worries me. Like, I feel like they're going in a, like, I see a lot of the time, like, people are upset, but a lot of the response is just like, we understand this is an issue. If you have any questions, let us know. But we're still gonna keep going in the same direction. Like, pretty much like, we hear ya, cool. But yeah, we're gonna do what we're doing, even though most people don't seem to like it, which is kind of strange. But I'm gonna hold out hope. I'm gonna hold out hope that they know what they're doing, because I mean, I don't know. We'll see. We'll see how it goes. But for now, I'm going to be submitting maps to the hub still. I submitted one map to featured, and it did get featured, or sorry, in Discovery. It did get featured in Discovery, but the problem is you couldn't find it really. It was like in the back. And even if you could, I've seen so many people get featured in Discovery and have no changes to their metrics at all. Even like big creators that I've seen in featured chat, they'll talk about like, yeah, I got my thing featured in Discovery, but like nothing changed. Maybe I got a few plays. And then some people like their map keeps moving up in Discovery, which is great, but most of the time that doesn't happen. And if it does, that person probably has a big enough following or a big community or a bunch of people that already know of them to play the maps anyway. But when you have like smaller communities, or even if you don't have a community at all and you're just getting your map featured in Discovery, that should be an amazing thing. But it's just a lot of the time it's not, because there's just too much. It's like the chance that someone's gonna play your map out of like the tens of maps that are on Discovery, like there's so many, and a lot of like the fact that scrolling doesn't even work for console is just a mess. But if you get featured in the hub, it's like there's a lot of portals around you, but there's the giant like 4 featured portals, and people are like always interested in those. Those grab people's attention. So you end up getting a bunch of plays through that, and that's what happened in Royale and Chapter 2 Season 2, and that's what I want to do again for Season 4 when that releases. And I feel like it's gonna be a bit less this time, I feel like, because less people are going into the hub now because of Discovery, which is unfortunate because it's just they're making it harder to get featured and get plays and get your maps out there. But I don't know. We'll keep striving through it, and hopefully it'll get better and better, and then we can have that experience again, because that was so much fun when Brim got featured, just being able to go in and play with people all the time without having to stream and stuff, which streaming has been great as well. It's been a lot of fun. But sometimes it's nice to just sit back and relax and play Brim with a bunch of people you don't even know from like streams and stuff. So it's interesting. I want that to happen again, and so I'm gonna try to submit to the hub again, and I might even submit to Discovery as well. I might do both because I want to like compare the two. I want to do a little science project with it to see what happens, because I think that would be interesting. So we'll see what happens. Hopefully I can get in the hub again. I think that would be awesome. There's probably gonna be a lot less competition because people are all trying to get in Discovery because it's the new thing. Because a lot of people I don't think realize that it's sometimes Discovery just doesn't matter. Like a lot of Discovery features don't really do anything for people, which is really, really unfortunate. And I wish it wasn't that way. And I don't know. I like the old system. And I had an idea that a lot of people seem to like, that I talked about in the Fortnite creative server, about like user pages, or having like creator pages. So if you're a creator with a supported creator code, you have a creator page on Discovery, and they'll feature certain creators each week, and that your creator page has all the maps that you've published on it. Also, the ability to like unlist and private maps would be also very nice, or just unpublish them. Like, please, Fortnite, just let us unpublish a map if we want to. That would be awesome too. But yeah, but it'll have all your maps on it, which would be very nice. And you can look up creators by name through the search. You can look up the creators and hopefully even maps as well. Don't know why that's not a thing. Like that's like that seems like a Nintendo thing to not have the ability to search. Like that seems so like something Nintendo would do, but no, Fortnite's having that issue too now, apparently. I mean, it's been an issue for a while, but it would be very nice because they have Discovery, they have all the tools to be able to search stuff. They're getting so close to having like good content browser, but they're so close yet so far, and it's very frustrating. But they're getting there. They're getting there, and that's what matters. But yeah, creator pages would be awesome. Having them be featured would be awesome, and then also having featured maps. Like there's the featured section, but that doesn't really mean anything in Discovery. It's just like another category. It would be nice if that category was always at the very top, like the first thing you see. And if somebody goes through the hub version or through a different forum to get featured, which is like a lot harder to do, like the hub is a lot harder to get featured through than Discovery, from my experiences and from other people's experiences that I've talked to in the Discord server. And it should incentivize a bit more of a reward because when you get featured in the hub, yeah, it's nice, but now that Discovery's here, you get a bit less plays, but it's still a lot better than Discovery when it comes to that. And it would be nice to have it do both. Like you get featured in the hub, which means you get on like the feature portals, and those 4 maps from the feature portals get put on the featured list at the top of Discovery. Because right now the featured list isn't even featured, it's just whatever maps are like doing the best or whatever maps are making them the most money. It's not really featured anymore. So yeah, featured status is kind of weird nowadays. It's like it seems like it's a lot easier to get featured, which isn't a problem. That's not the problem. The problem is there's too many people at once getting featured. There's too much, which is weird because like I feel like if you're submitting a map to be featured, you would think once you get featured, it would be like a big thing, which it used to be, but now it's not. So maybe they should have it so you could still view all these maps, but not every map goes through featured, and the ones that are featured and went through featured, I'm saying featured a lot, get at the top and then get in the featured section. So that like you can actually work to get like a really small map up to the top for a few days instead of just working to get your map like the same way and then just not getting a benefit out of it because like what's the point? And it's like you can have the main featured maps and then the rest of them are just maps that Epic picked themselves from the community, things that they just thought were cool, or just like maps that have been doing well metrics wise, or like there's not even a list for like newest, like the new maps. Like Mari, how did Nintendo do this better? That's my question. Because Nintendo's always been known for like messing up like online features, and Mario Maker 2 literally has a better content browser than Fortnite at the moment, and that kind of baffles me. And I feel like I don't know, because Fortnite's creative's like a new thing. It's not really new anymore, but you know, it's been evolving and they're trying to I understand they're trying to get it to the right place, but I don't know. If I was doing it, I would do it completely differently. I would do it a lot more like a lot of other games have done in the past with user created content because what they're doing right now is just so weird and it's such a like it's it it's I feel like it's just really hurting the community. I like how I said at the beginning of this rant that I wouldn't talk about this very much, but whatever. You know what? We're here. We're here. We're having this conversation. It's a really interesting conversation to have, I feel like, and it's a really topical one at the moment. And I just think a lot of people in the creative community are just they just feel like they're like there's no point to making stuff anymore because now like Epic's done a lot of stuff, and now it's gotten to the point where it's like, even if you get featured, now that doesn't even matter. Now that's not even a big deal. And that's just upsetting, dude. It's so upsetting. And I hope they change it to make it so that you can actually, like, it's so hard to, it's so demotivating to want to make stuff in creative. Not for me. Like, me personally, I don't have that issue because mostly because, like, I guess it's because I'm a content creator, and I more so make the maps because I like to have a lot of fun with it, and also because I can always stream them, and I can always find fun with them that way. If they're not getting plays outside of streams, like, that's fine, because streaming them is a lot of fun. I'd want the maps to get a lot of plays outside of streams. I'd like the ability to matchmake into Brim Royale at any time and just find people playing it like it was VR. I'd love that. And that's something that could be achieved before with the old featured system in the hub, and hopefully still can be in the hub, which is what I'm going to try to figure out. But, man, is it just right now? It's like, for Discovery, it's hard to get that. It's hard to capture that. And it's hard to think of a best way they could do it, but I think the idea I had about having featured at the top and stuff would be a really good way to do it. And just having the content browser be more of just, not just everything featured, more like just all the stuff. Also, the way it's organized is so terrible. Like, literally finding Battle Lab, like, I think I had to scroll like 3 layers down to find Team Rumble. That's like, that's that's crazy. They should have a tab for all the Fortnite stuff at the very top. It's like made by Epic is like 4 layers down. It like like I get that they're trying to make creative a big thing, but like people still play BR. I mean, like that stuff's still at the top, but still it's really confusing. I feel like maybe even BR should be its own tab. Like you should have BR with the old layout how it was. And maybe you could even have featured maps there at the bottom of that. And then you can click on the Discovery tab and solve that, and then the other tabs. Because I like having the different tabs. I like how there's a map code tab and the hearted tab. I like that. There's a lot of good about it, of course. I'm just highlighting some of the negatives because it's a lot of stuff that I just wish would change. And it's something that, again, I've seen a lot of people talking about. A lot of people in the creative community are not very happy about it. And I just want to kind of give my take and kind of give some recommendations to how I would personally fix things and make things better. But yeah, that's I think I should probably leave that conversation at that. I'd be very interested to see hear your guys' opinions in the comments, what you guys think about Discovery, because it's a wild system. It's wacky. And maybe they'll make some improvements to it next update, but we'll just have to wait and see about that. But anyway, yeah, tomorrow's update. We got another survey leaked, which was really interesting. We got another survey leak. Not a leak, but it's like just a bunch of concept skins, which is another thing I kind of wanted to talk about because a lot of people have been complaining about these surveys because they don't want a bunch of things spoiled. And I understand that. I understand a lot of people don't want spoilers, but the way I see it, I think Epic knows what they're doing when they do this. Epic wouldn't want to spoil much really cool stuff like this. So I trust that a lot of these are just concepts, because if you look from like the last survey they did, they've used a lot of those skins, but like there's still a lot that they haven't, and there's a lot that they probably will never do, like Lava Axo, unfortunately. But they still have so many surprises left for us, and I trust that they have a bunch of skins that they're not showing off because they're also really cool. And I don't think like by any means that all the things in the survey are coming to the game. Sorry, I just dropped something. I'll worry about that later. But I trust that not all those things are going to come to the game because it's a survey and they are concepts, and the reason these were created, the reason these were chosen was to see what types of skins people gravitate towards, because they're trying to maximize sales of their cosmetics. The reason I do these surveys is to try and gauge the community's opinions on certain types of designs. So you'll notice they have like a big range of like really cool characters, really like more like competitive viable skins. A bunch of like just really weird and wacky characters, like they literally have like a bird, like a standing bird as one of them. And then also a bunch of like remakes and remasters of old designs. And what they're trying to do is they're trying to gauge like what do people like the most? What like design elements stand out the most to people? Do people like the weird and wacky skins? What kind of weird and wacky skins do people like? What kind of character models do people like? What kind of color schemes? What kind of design elements do people enjoy the most so that we can make more skins like that and maximize the sale? This isn't like every skin that's planned. This is a handful of skins that are concepts that may come to the game if they get like really popular in the surveys, but they're not confirmed. Like none of these skins are confirmed to come to the game, you know? Some of them probably will, but not all of them. So I don't look at it as like spoilers for upcoming skins. I look at it as like a bunch of concept images. Like I look at it the same way as like I would see like a concept artist on Twitter making a concept. Because that's what these are. These are concept images. Even though they're from Epic, these are concepts of skins that could come to the game. Like, that's all this is. This isn't like them showing leaks of all their planned cosmetics. And it's still like, yeah, I understand. If you feel like it's too spoilery, I completely get it. I'm not trying to change your opinion. I'm just giving my stance on it. Because I think it's another interesting conversation to have. And yeah, that's how I feel about the concept. So I'm not too bothered by the fact that there's like a bunch of skins that they're showing us, because not all of these are going to come to the game. A lot of them probably won't, which is unfortunate because there's a lot of cool designs in here. But yeah, that's just how it is, and that's why it's a survey. That's why they're trying to see what people like. They're trying to see what people are interested in. But yeah, which is an interesting way to do it. It's definitely an interesting way to do it. But it is pretty cool, and I'm excited to see that. The new crew pack should be coming out pretty soon here. What's it, like a week away? A few days actually. But like half a week. So that's gonna be cool. I'm excited for that. What is that gonna be? That's gonna be Thursday night. We'll be getting a new crew skin, so I'm assuming it'll be revealed tomorrow. I'm surprised it wasn't revealed today, if I'm being completely honest. And yeah, we also had Fortnite's 4th birthday. That's wild. Sorry, just taking another drink of water there. Fortnite is 4 years old. It was 4 years old yesterday. That's kind of crazy. I hope like the 5th anniversary is like a big deal, because they haven't really done a lot for like their birthdays much. So I hope like the 5th anniversary is a big deal. Because I feel like they kind of just like, oh, here's some free rewards. That's all you get. That's all you get for the birthday event. Which is, I guess it's fine, but it's like, come on, like show a little bit more. Like, yeah, it's a birthday. You should be proud of this. But yeah, I guess not. I guess they're just like, I mean, I'm sure they're happy about it, but it doesn't come off that way as much in like the way they promote it. There's no like trailer for it. There's nothing interesting. Just like a cool pickaxe, a cool back bling, and an emoticon. There you go. And I really hope that the 5th anniversary is something special. Like, they still never done like a birthday skin. Like, come on. That'd be awesome. That'd be really cool. Another interesting thing, Monopoly back blings. What's the deal with that? What is the deal with that? This is what I'm hoping. They're obviously doing a crossover with Monopoly next update, or maybe not next update, but soon. I really do hope that we straight up just get a Monopoly LTM. I really hope that. And I hope it stays around for a very long time, because that would be awesome. Because I love playing Monopoly, and having an LTM in Fortnite would be the best way to play Monopoly. I mean, I know there's like the Monopoly video games, but for someone who doesn't want to go and spend a bunch of money to buy that game and buy it for like all my friends, or have all my friends buy it, having a Monopoly LTM in Fortnite would be so much fun, and it would make sense because they did imposters, so they could do like an Among Us mode. Now they could do like a Monopoly mode. It would be awesome, and I would have so much fun playing Monopoly with friends on Fortnite, like online. And it would be cool if you could have like the skin you're wearing as the piece that you're playing as, and just have like a bunch of cool like Fortnite like UI and stuff. It would be awesome, and I really hope that's gonna happen. I really want that to happen, because from what I can see, it's just like back blings that got decrypted. And the next update has a bunch of builds, so that's another thing. Like, people are saying, oh, this update is a bunch of builds. It's probably for an LTM, because the last time we got a bunch of builds like that, it was for an LTM, which was imposters. And I'd be fine with that. I'd be fine. Like, people are hyping this update to be really cool. But if it ended up just being the Monopoly update, you know what? I wouldn't even care. Like, give me more, like, even if it's just not BR related at this point, I'll play Monopoly, dude. I'll take a week. I'll take 2 weeks to just play Monopoly instead of BR. I'll do that. I'd have a lot of fun. I'd probably have more fun playing Monopoly in Fortnite than whatever they would add to BR. Like, screw it. Who needs map changes, dude? Let's play Monopoly. Let's play Monopoly, dude. Let's do that. Fortnite, let's do that. Let's play Monopoly. I want that in the next update. Please. Also, one of the trailers for the fortified walls showed like a broken Steamy Stacks. So I guess Steamy Stacks is gonna have a crater, which just means more things that are being destroyed and having craters and POIs. Please don't do that, Fortnite. Please don't just add craters to POIs. That's not very cool. That's lame. We don't want that. I mean, maybe some people want that. I don't want that. I mean, I guess it's a map change, but there's a difference between map changes and good map changes. But yeah. Nonetheless, excited. Excited, excited, excited. Um Also, apparently the teaser for creative says keep your aim straight, creators. Which probably means we're gonna get like some more like accurate weapons. Maybe they'll release the combat AR and stuff. I don't know. I don't know. I hope we get like save the world weapons. I know that's probably not what that means, but that'd be awesome. That'd be really cool. That'd be awesome actually. Um, but yeah, I think I've gotten pretty far off topic from this podcast. I've been talking about like the update and just random stuff. We've gotten to the point where we're talking about Monopoly, dude, because I want Monopoly. But I think that's where we're gonna leave it for this episode. I didn't have too many interesting questions. Actually, let me check the questions real fast. Uh, Today's been kind of a slow day for questions, so I don't know if we really have many to talk about. Uh, but yeah, most of these I've kind of already covered. What do I think about Kevin coming back? I don't care about Kevin. I think I talked about that in the last episode, but I don't really care about Kevin returning. And then yeah, I already talked about my thoughts on the update and all that kind of cool stuff. For the most part, I think that's pretty much everything I have to say. Let me check Twitter real fast. We do things off the cuffs here on the podcast. Techno G actually had a really cool question on Twitter. He asked, actually, it's like 3 questions. Have you considered playing community main mini BRs on stream? I was actually talking about this in with the dev team yesterday about the mini BR reviews. But Directing Pete is trying to get his map featured currently right now, and I definitely think it's gonna get featured. And when it does, I definitely want to play it on stream. I think that would be really fun. So look out for that. I guess I might be doing that. Other than that, I don't know. I don't usually do like playing viewers map streams, because I don't want to like grow an audience off of people who just want me to play their maps, because I don't think that's like, I don't know. I don't want that to become my audience, as just a bunch of people being like wanting me to play their maps. And yeah, so I'm not gonna do that. But when it comes to like bigger BR maps and stuff, if they end up getting featured, then I might check a few out and play them on stream. Where in the world are the map reviews? I get this question pretty much every week at this point, so I understand a lot of people really want them. And for me, I'm just struggling to think of what map I want to review next, honestly. I've been struggling to think of one. If you guys have any suggestions, actually, please put them in the comments, because I don't know what map to play. And it doesn't even have to be a BR map, it can just be whatever creative map from whatever creator you enjoy. And please don't just say your map, because the map actually does have to have a code for me to play it as well. And then what do you think will be in Fortnitemares? Hopefully a lot of cool skins, and hopefully a new Halloween POI. That would be awesome. That's all I can hope for. That would be really, really cool. A new POI all around Halloween. That would be awesome. Also, the cubes will probably do something and bring like zombies back. We kind of already have zombies, but like the old classic ones, or some new type and some bosses or something. I don't know. Probably some new like fiend types from like the new cube monsters. Something like that, I think. Maybe they'll be like the whole like the sideways will like take over the entire map or something. Uh, Something like that. I think they'll do something with like zombies, cube monsters again. Maybe even bring back Storm King. That'd be cool. Like a new Storm King. Storm Queen. We'll see. um, but yeah, that's gonna be it for the podcast. Thank you guys so much for watching this episode. We had some great discussions here today. I'm very happy with this episode, and I cannot wait to see what happens in the next update. I will see you guys tomorrow with a brand new video on tomorrow's update. I'm very excited for it. Bring out Monopoly Fortnite. Anyway, I hope you guys have a great rest of your day, and goodbye.